Okay, we've got Maya 2018 open and we're ready for a quick tutorial. This time around we're going to make a sorry game piece. Go ahead and click OK, and I'm just going to create a sphere. Just the default size, default values. Select it, hit F and frame in on it. I'm going to come down here underneath it and I'm going to go to face mode. And I'm just going to grab probably the first 4 rings, 3 or 4, whatever looks good to you. Here I can double click, click next to it. So I've got the first 4, and this top part of the sphere is going to be the top of the sorry game piece. And we're going to extrude down from here to create the rest of it. I'm going to deliberately go on a false start here. I'm going to go to my modeling toolkit and we're going to see what this looks like if I just extrude as is. You can see as we pull this out, we start to get this flared look, which isn't quite what we're going for yet. And that's because the extrusion by default usually goes along the face normals, which means which way the face is facing, or the polygon is facing, that's the direction it will keep going. We've got keep faces together. You can see that this just keeps getting thicker. We can turn that off and get this weird spiky look, but none of that's really what we want. So I'm just going to undo all that. And in order to get a straight down extrusion, we need all of these faces to be straight. So we could scale them all down on the Z-axis and make them straight like that. But what I'm going to do, go back and reselect that ring, is I'm just going to delete them. So I'm going to grab all 4 rings, hit delete, and I'm going to create one brand new face right where that hole is at. So I'm going to go to edges, double click this edge, and it'll get me the whole edge loop. And go down to edit mesh, one of these. There it is under mesh, is fill hole. So click on that, and I've got one brand new face that's completely flat, and that's what I'm going to use to extrude. So let me go back to faces, select that face, and hit extrude again from my modeling toolkit. So I'm going to extrude that down quite a lot. We'll set the local translate to 5. Let's go 6. Yeah, that looks good. The other thing I want to do here is I want to create a whole bunch of divisions up and down here so that I've got some geometry to move. So I'm just going to set the divisions to 20. That looks about right, and we'll leave that as is. So we've got what looks like a giant Lego magic wand. And all I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to my soft selection and turn that on. I've got that face on the bottom selected, but you can see the soft selection based on this volume here and this number. If I were to scale this bottom face here, then everything above it would be affected with some fall off. You can see that curve right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to edges, and instead of the bottom, I'm going to select this ring right close to the top, or close to the bottom edge there. I think I've got them all. Hard to tell with the soft selection turned on. Let me do that, turn it off. There it is. That's the edge ring that I want, or edge loop. So I'm going to turn soft selection back on, and I'm just going to scale that one loop out. You can see we're forming our game piece, or almost looks like a Hershey Kiss with a ball on top. So kind of scale that until it looks good, or fits your idea of what this game piece should look like. And then I'm going to turn soft selection off because we don't need that unless we need that. And then I'm going to go back to object mode, and we have shaped our game piece. So I'm just going to pull that up, set that on the origin a little bit better. Hit F, and all I'm going to do now is give it some nice bright shiny colors. So I'm going to right click on it, I'm going to assign a new material. And I think for something really bright and shiny, what we want is a Phong. So I'm going to set that. Before I go much further, I'm going to come in here and name my object. This will be a game token. Taken. Spelling matters, kids. Game token, and I'll come down here to my Phong, and planning ahead, I'm going to call this red plastic. We're going to give it a nice red color. And all that's left to do is hit the number 6 and see my shaded view here. And there we go. We've got the start of a game token. I can duplicate that. Just move that over if I wanted to. Edit and duplicate. So I got more pieces for the red team. I can take this red one. I can assign a new material again. And let's make that a Phong. Same as the other one. And this time we can make that blue. So you see we started with just a sphere, did a little extrusion, a little soft selection, and now we've got some game tokens. Keep building your scene. Keep having fun.